Good
Go
job,
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Very nicely done. Now, welcome to another edition of Football Friday. It's week 5 already, which means we're really starting to get some separation. I'm Mark Ovenden. He's Zach Borg.
We've got a busy show tonight, as we are every week, brought to you tonight by Paul's Place in Canton. Highlights from all over South Dakota and Minnesota.
We start at Howard Field. Homecoming for the second-ranked Washington Warriors. They tried to advance to a 5-0 perfect record against Rapid City Central. The wind played a little bit of a factor here because that pass blew backwards and was recovered by Seth Benson. And on the next play, Sean Aromo jukes his way into the end zone. It's 7-0 in favor of the team in orange. I really like those jerseys, by the way. Next possession, Jaden Johansson. Watch him hit his running back. Thorough Restorfer on the dead run. He makes 2 nice cuts. And he's off to the races,
Very
60
thorough.
yards for the touchdown. A thoroughly nice play, according to Chad Stadium, who cheers that on. Now watch Thorough throw it back to his quarterback. A little trickery right there, gets the ball down deep. And a couple of plays later, it's going to be Johansson going to the air again. Logan Utek, nice leaping catch. He's a good one. 42-14 your final. Washington stays undefeated.
On to Aberdeen, where the Golden Eagles hosted number 5 Lincoln and the new coach Brian Bouchard. First time in 14 years they've had a new leader at Lincoln. Opening drive, Eric Luby dropping back,
Nice
hitting
catch.
Drake Gertis with a great grab. That keeps the Pats moving on their opening possession, and Jesse Nelson will put points on the board with a 2-yard touchdown run. It was 6-0, but they would miss the point after. In the second quarter, Lincoln punting. They were trying to punt. That's Aberdeen's Chase Jacobs with the block. It rolls down, and the Golden Eagles have great field position. 3rd and long. Here's a great name for a quarterback. Cannon Hannigan. He's got a cannon, and he's got Mason Flackus for a touchdown. Aberdeen gets the victory 15-6.
Now the top team in 11 AA hung with Roosevelt for a half last Friday night. Tonight, Harrisburg went to Brandon Valley, and yep, the game was tied at halftime. 14-14, but that slip turns into a pick by Cade Tervier, and he is off to the races. 5-6 for 6. 56 yards for the touchdown, 21-14, Brandon Valley. And the Lynx would control the second half. Alex Wickersham with a rushing touchdown right here. Barrels in, puts his shoulder down, spins into the end zone. It's 28-14. And much like last week, Harrisburg played a great first half, but in the second half, the home team was your winner. Braden Peterson had over 100 yards, 35-14 your final. The Lynx win it. Now the Roosevelt game was stopped in the first quarter when the lights went out. Then they had a lightning delay of a couple of hours. They're going to finish that game and pick it up where they left off tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock with Roosevelt leading in the first quarter 3-0. Again, there's your Washington final, your Aberdeen final over Lincoln. Mitchell's Spencer Negebauer had 158 yards and 4 touchdowns. O'Gorman beats Watertown 31-17. Yankton in a thriller 20. They like those close games, don't they? And Huron 29-7, the winner there.
Trying to get you those Roosevelt highlights tomorrow on KDLT News. Sioux Falls Christian unbeaten, ranked 3rd in 11A tonight, hosting Flandreau. First quarter, Mark, I know you were freaking out a week ago, so be prepared.
Oh, you're
They're
kidding
still
me.
passing. 3rd and 26, Sawyer Prince.
I love it.
36 yards to Spencer Coolwine. Cool catch. That leads to this bit of misdirection. This is what the Chargers are known for. Tyler Van Horsen busts loose. 41 yards to the house. 7-0 after a quarter. Mark, again, get your ticker ready. Second quarter. Oh, yeah. Look at the patience by Prince. Finds Coolwine again. That makes it 14-0. All Sioux Falls Christian, 45-zip.
Now, T area is ranked 4th. The Titans were in Bridgewater tonight. Sparky Anderson Field against the number 3 team in 11B. Third quarter, Sam Aaron hits the pile and pushes his way into the end zone. And the cheerleaders that led off the show had a lot to cheer about there. Extra point, Jesse Gross-Didier puts Bridgewater ahead by 1. Can they hold on? It's 14-13 in the fourth quarter. Plays like this would help. Tyler Van Rokel, one of a flock of Seahawks, in on the sack for Jeff Van Loor. Later in the drive, Van Rokel again with a blocked punt. But somehow, after we left, T would score late, and they would rally for a dramatic 20-14 win. The Titans are still undefeated.
Let's head on back to Aberdeen, where the number 2 team in 11B took on perennial powerhouse Roncalli. In the first quarter, Roncalli's Braden Summers backed pass finds a wide open Connor Fiedler for a 46-yard score. It's 7-0 Cavaliers. Move ahead to the second quarter. Summers going to be back this time again. He's getting chased out of the pocket, throws, and is picked off by Brandon Keith, and he takes it into the end zone. Nice little shimmy shake right there. Groton now gives the ball to Trevor Tuggles for a 13-yard run, 7-6 Roncalli at this point. This one coming down to the wire, 2 minutes left, 18-14. Groton has the lead.
Game. All right, we had a couple of great games on the schedule for tonight, like in Mount Vernon, where we sent Paul Heinert with his camera and his calculator.
Mark, it was a battle of unbeaten, explosive teams tonight. Mount Vernon, Plankinton against Woonsocket, Wessington, Springs, Sanborn, Central. We're going to start there with the biggest highlight of the night. This is World War II veteran Wally Jones. He was honored as the 2016 inductee into Mount Vernon's Heroes Field. Wonderful moment. Wonderful moment for MVP special teams. Check out that stick by Jesse Hastings. They'd score on the next play. But the Blackhawks would answer with a long drive. John Whitty stretches for the score. We're tied at 6. First play of the second quarter. This is Devin Rahanic. Rips off a long touchdown run. Watch this. High steps it into the end zone. Titans take a 14-6 lead. But back come the Blackhawks. This is going to be Trent Kingsbury hitting the speedy Trey Weber in stride. It's a foot race to the goal line. Weber wins. We're tied at 14, but too much. Mount Vernon Plankinton on their homecoming. Hayden Schmidt to Dane Rahanic for a big gain. MVP wins a wild one, 68-40.
I wasn't kidding when I said you needed your calculator. All right, another pair of undefeated teams in Webster, where the third-ranked Bearcats in 9AA hosting Deuel. Kelby Hawkins to Marcus Block. That play would end up leading to a field goal, 3-0 in favor of the Bearcats. Second quarter now, Riley Reitz. Riley's going to take it up the middle, and he is going to score.
Love those uniforms.
Yeah, those are sharp. 9-0 Bearcats. Now 19 seconds left in the half. Brandon Longstreet drops back to throw. Watch what happens here. It's going to be Block with the pick, and they go on to win this one 31-6. Updating that score. Sorry about that. 31-6, the Bearcats stay undefeated.
Canistota ranks second in 9AA with a 3-0 record. The Hanson Beavers are in town, and Canistota's on the board early with Jacob White-Lance getting into the end zone on the touchdown run. He's so fast, he's blurry. Later in the first half, this guy's not too slow either. Austin Thu breaks off a long touchdown run. Look at the nice moves at the line of scrimmage. They just keep coming up with running backs in Canistota. It's like they have an assembly line for them. Canistota up big and really flexing its muscle on defense as they'll get the big gang stop. Coming up right here for Coach Strand, it was Canistota getting a big win, 42-0. Nice smack right there.
Now, I mentioned on Calling All Sports today, we're going to have some highlights, a lot of them from a place we don't usually get to. Here's another set of highlights from up by Aberdeen. Two more undefeated teams, Warner and Langford. And how about that run by Danzen Gilborn on the reverse from 14 yards out. Now Chance Olson drops back to pass and finds Mason Larson for a 23-yard touchdown. Beautiful throw, 7-6 Warner. But Warner takes control after that. Jack Braun from 5 yards out. It's 15-6 Monarchs. Then an oops. That fumble is picked up by the same guy, Braun. Wow. Braun is gone. 45 for the touchdown. This score is amazing because Langford won the state title last year. Lincoln Gibbs hurt, but the final, all Warner, 44-6. Yikes.
And finally, the Luverne Cardinals were back home against Redwood Valley tonight. Pick it up in the first half. Solomon Nielsen barrels into the end zone. They missed the two-point conversion. Luverne's got a 6-0 lead. Now, Redwood Valley would actually return the kickoff to take the lead, and the Luverne offense is struggling. Jake Haugen's pass picked off by Jared Lund. He takes it into their territory, and Mitchell Earlbeck will follow that up with a quarterback sneak to give Redwood an 8-point lead. They go on to get the victory, 35-20 at Luverne.
And again, there's your Warner score, 44-6. Maybe the biggest shock of the night in terms of how wide a score that was for two undefeated teams. Canistota 42-zip. Webster's Bearcats having a great year. Look at that score again. It's not wrong. 68-40. Mount Vernon Plankinton. They host Canistota next Friday. We'll be there for that. Groton has rallied to take the lead over Roncalli
1
late.
minute left is last check.
That's that second game of the doubleheader up in Aberdeen. T-Area rallies to beat Bridgewater Emery-Ethan. Sioux Falls Christian Romps. They host Madison next week in what will be a great game. Corsica Stickney is having a great year. Platte Geddes wins big. Winner, of course, wins again. The Warriors 5-0, 60-6 Parkston 54-0. Tri-Valley wins with a 38-0 shutout. Madison 42-6. Bulldogs ranked number 1. They are 5-0
Madison
again.
at Sioux Falls Christian next week.
Right. Dale Rapids 21-7. Falkton 48-6. Kadoka. Edgemont got on the board, but they were 50 points short. Bonham 50-8. They've got a really talented team and a fun team to watch. Britton Hecla wins again big. Chester was a winner. Arlington, Lake Preston, and Baltic both win. Baltic having a fine year. Castlewood, Esteline, and Sully Buttes, maybe the game of the night, 20-18 over Kimball White Lake. There's your Gregory, Wolsey, Wessington. Kind of a shocker, but Gregory in a class higher, I believe, is ranked number 3. Wolsey, Wessington, their first loss. Stanley County 61-6. St. Thomas More wins big. Dakota Valley 40-8. Adrian wins. Lakeview over RTR. Worthington wins 27-6. Tracy Milroy Ballatin wins tonight, along with Millbank as they rebound from their loss last week. Coleman Egan having a fine season. Hillsbeaver Creek 52-22. Howard Beatsburg 52-12. Busy night in high school football. And you'll be back with more sports, right? New Skyforce coach.
We'll see if we have an update too in that Groton score.
Back in a minute.